What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another entry of weekly favorites from Pinterest. This is where I choose about 5 different designs from Pinterest that I found this week that I thought were extra cool. Before we get started, just a reminder, please subscribe to support the channel. All right, so the very first one that we're taking a look at here is this one right here. I don't have any idea what this is actually saying. I can't read German. I'm assuming that's German. It looks German to me, but it is a very cool concept and I love the colors here. So this overlay of these red, white, and blue on this really dark background looks like a dark reddish type of background, or it could be like a black. I'm not exactly sure, but it's got really cool textures as a part of it. And I just love how these are overlaying with each other. There's something that this makes me think of. I guess it's kind of like a kaleidoscope. It just looks so cool. It reminds me of light for some reason. And I have no idea what this is actually advertising or communicating in its message, but it's just really cool. In fact, let's go ahead and translate this and see exactly what it's saying. Okay, so according to the highly reliable Google Translate, this translates to which functioned of the human body. Now, I'm not exactly sure of the syntax of that. I'm sure it means something else, but it has something to do with the functions of the human body, and I can totally see this visually communicating that message. Think of it like white blood cells, red blood cells, that type of visual, but it's just really cool, and I just love how it just kind of looks like you're looking through some of these circles and seeing other circles. Maybe that's why it kind of gives that kaleidoscope vibe, but overall, this is a very cool design, and I may use this as inspiration for a future poster. Okay, next up is this really cool minimalist sailboat design. Now, what really caught my eyes on this first was the color palette. The yellow and the red and that blue right there, and those 2 different shades of blue that are going on in the background right here, and I'm assuming right here is a very, very light blue. I just love everything about this. Now, this is also in another language. I don't think it's in German. This looks like maybe Italian. I'm not exactly sure. But this right here looks like that might be September. I'm not 100% sure, and I don't want to try to guess. This is a great example of how you can use very simple shapes to communicate a particular image. Obviously, in this case, it's a sailboat against a sunny sky on the water, and it's just so beautiful. If you wanted to do something like this in Illustrator, then all you would really have to do is use some of the basic tools, the ellipse tool, the pen tool, the text tool, and then just arranging all those different elements that you've put together. And typically anything that represents the sun tends to lean a little bit more towards orange, like it's obviously yellow, but it kind of leans more towards orange. This is leaning a little bit more towards green, and that's a very interesting choice, but the colors really do work well together, and I just love this design overall. All right, next up is not necessarily a poster. Maybe it is. I don't know if it was originally meant to be or not, but this is a Dieter Rams palette, and Dieter Rams is a product designer that is well worth researching. But I really love how this is assembled here, and it looks like this may be a photograph. It actually does look like these are tangible objects that you're looking at here. However, this could have been made in Illustrator and then finished in Photoshop, could have been made in Cinema 4D or Blender. There's all kinds of programs that could have gone into this to make this look real. But what it's doing here is showing the colors right down here and then also showing the hex values for those colors. Anyway, I saw this and was immediately drawn to it, maybe for the fact that it looks like the best use of skeuomorphism that I've seen in a long time, or I'm just naturally attracted to this particular color palette. And yes, full disclosure, I miss color palettes like this in products. I guess that's showing my age, but I really don't care. All right, next up is this really cool poster. I'm guessing this is the Great Wall of China that's in the background there, but I just absolutely love how this 70 is being cut out of this red wall right here. Again, just like the last poster, this could have been assembled in Illustrator and then finalized in Photoshop, but also just like the last one, it could have been done in any other software. But this concept and execution are both visually striking. In some of my personal work, I think I've actually mentioned this in my college projects, but I have done some work where it shows like where the wall meets the floor, and that actually is a really cool trick that you can do in Photoshop by just laying down a very simple line and just kind of adjusting the transparency. So this could be an example of where that technique is used, or it could have been something else entirely. I don't know. All I know is this poster is really, really cool. All right, the last one we're going to be taking a look at in this video is this really cool, what I'm guessing is a California design. I mean, it does say CA right here, but it could really mean anything. But what I love about it is this blending of this pixel art along with just a simple sans serif typeface. Every time I see something like this, it just makes me very curious. You see this little bitty white speck right here? I don't know if that was intentional or not. I always wonder about things like that. One of my design professors was always harping on us about covering up those little bitty things right there that could potentially create an opening or look like a mistake. And so I always wonder about things like that because she drilled that into all of our heads. But the combination of the colors right here, I love the fact that these colors are very like late 80s, early 90s type of retro 8-bit pixel type of designs, and how that balances really well with the smooth typography. It's just such a cool blending, and this isn't really anything that I've seen before. I've never really seen anything quite like this. And then you've got this logo right up here. Looks like this says Design Matters right here. And this is from 2013, looks like. But I would love to do a little bit more research into this in particular and find out exactly what the history is behind these designs. If you know anything about them, drop it down in the comments. I'd love to read all about it. All right, here's everything that we took a look at today. Let me know which one of these is your favorite down in the comments below. If you'd like me to take a look at 1, 2, or 5 in Illustrator, I'll certainly do that for a future video. I have no idea if I could even do 3 and 4. Maybe it's something that I'll play around with, but I can't make any promises on those. I hope you found some inspiration in today's video. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe to support the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.